Hello, good evening, friends, fans, and lovers of music all over the world, and lovers of true life. True life, that's the God life. I'm really happy to be here this evening once again to present to you a little concept, a principle that has helped my life, not just my music, but my life in general. You know, all this while, I've been finding a way to break through my practice. As a bass player and as a solo bassist, I've tried different techniques, tried out different grooves just to see how I move higher in learning, to see how I get better as a performer and as a musician also. And some time ago while I was studying, I discovered a principle that has really transformed my life. Like I said, not just my music life, but my life generally. And since I discovered this, it has built me up. It has built me up. It has given me more confidence in every single thing I do. Like I said again, not just music. And I know this is something somehow, definitely you must have heard somewhere, but I bet you, I can almost say you've not heard it this way. I'm going to explain it this evening. It's a principle I call PCS. Well, some of you might see PCS on a piece of paper and call it pieces. You're not wrong if you call it pieces anyway, but this time around we are not dealing with pieces. We're actually dealing with PCS. I don't know if they call it, I think they call it an acronym or something. P stands for precision, C stands for control, and S stands for speed. Every single thing you want to do in life, every single thing, the very first step you take is to know precisely the objects that make that thing work. The objects that make every single thing that makes it work. You need to know it first. And it's just like when you kick or when you want to start learning to drive, the first thing you got to know is to know the objects in the car. The particular control, let me not use control, the particular objects in the car that actually make up the system of the car. And that's what we call precision. You know it precisely. Okay, let's assume, okay, you want to learn how to drive, you got to know what the steering is. You need to know where the brake is. If you're driving a manual car, you need to know where the clutch is. You need to know different things. You need to know where gear 1 is, gear 2, gear 3, gear 4, the reverse. If there's a speed gear, you need to know where it is. And if you don't know these things, I tell you the truth, you've not, let me put it this way, you don't have a desire to learn to drive yet. So basically, precision talks about knowing the objects that make up the car system. Now let me come back to where we are with the instrument I'm holding right here. If I want to know how to play this instrument, first of all, I need to know precisely what are the controls of this instrument. I need to know my strings, I need to know my equalizer, my EQ, I need to know my pickup selector, I need to know every single thing, my bridge, my tuning knobs, and every single thing, my tuning peg, sorry. And basically, if I want to start playing, I need to know where my keys are. So precisely, okay, let me draw closer a little. So precisely on my 6-string bass guitar here, I have my key C here. I hope you can hear that. That's my key C. Definitely on my key C, this is my root notes. And if I were to run my Ionian mode, I'll go Re, Mi, Fa, Sol, La, Si, Do, Si, La, Do, Fa, Mi, Re, Do. That's it. So definitely I will need to know where Do is, I need to know where Re, I need to know where Mi, Fa, Sol, I need to know where every single one of it is. That's precision. Then we move down to control. Control now teaches you how to move around it. Now, going back to the car driving, the car driving issue, yeah? Definitely if you want to start driving, you need to know, okay, what do I need to touch? Or what do I need to press before something else works? like driving a manual car, you know definitely you start by kicking the car. Maybe, I mean, down here in Nigeria, most of us, what we do is we first, well, most times when we park our cars, we place it on gear 1. I don't know if it happens in other countries, but we place it on gear 1. But basically, when you start the manual car, you press the clutch down, you start your car. You wouldn't want the car to jack forward, so you definitely have to change it and put it on the neutral gear. So all that is what I'll call control, changing your gear. Then when you want to move to the next gear, you press your clutch, you push your clutch in, and you change your gear to the next gear, maybe gear 2 or gear 3, wherever you're going to. I mean, you just change. That's what we call control. So also in music, when I want to control, if I want to play my Ionian scale, I definitely have to know, okay, where, like I said, precision. You need to know where exactly your notes are. Yes, now, okay, let's assume, okay, sorry for beginners. I mean, I know you'll catch this. I know you'll catch this. This is my do. So, control, definitely, I need to know how to move to my next note. I mean, if you're a musician, understanding proper fingering, you will know we have the finger per fret position on the bass guitar, where each finger has a particular fret it is responsible for. I mean, whenever you get to that note, you know there's a particular finger that is responsible for playing that note on that fret. So from here, now, okay, I assume this is do. Learning how to control it, I will know definitely my pinky plays my re. Then I know definitely my index finger plays my mi. I know my mid finger plays my fa. My pinky plays my sol. My index plays my la. My ring finger, yeah, plays my C, and my pinky plays my do. This is basically what I'll call control. Now, speed is the part a lot of people get to ask me questions. Okay, how do you run your notes so fast? How come you have so much speed? I learned speed progressively, part time. I mean, when you want to play do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. Sorry, I don't have a metronome here. But you start slowly first of all. This is all the process of speed, starting slowly. Then I could go further. Speed. And I want to introduce something here. When working on speed, I'd advise you have a metronome around you, so you can work basically on different tempos. I mean, you want to start, you wouldn't want to start so fast, because I bet you definitely when someone gets to ask you, what did you play, you definitely would want to tell the person every single thing you played. So I understand, definitely you have to start at a low tempo. You will start at 60 beats per minute. That's our normal clock time. When you hear your clock, click. So I could actually start my rehearsal, maybe my first day, I would play something like do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, si, do. I could actually start at 60. Then probably the next day, I still remain at 60 or on 60. Third day, I could still remain on 60. Then probably the fourth day, I go down to 70. So sorry, I go up to 70. Well, you do this way because you want to be sure you can play whatever you play on all tempos. I mean, I've met a couple of friends who can play so fast, but if you tell them play that same thing on a lower speed, they can't. I mean, you definitely will see how confused they get. But you want to be sure that you can play every single thing slowly. You know, note for note. So you start, you play, you move to your next note, play probably on tempo, like I said, start on 60. That's the basic speed I think will be good for everyone. And you want to take it bar by bar, not by beat. So let's say we have something like on that beat first. Then Probably the next day, or let's say the fourth day, you could move to 70, try it on 70. If you're comfortable on 70, probably maybe after on your third day you go to 70, or your fourth day you go to 70. Then on your 8th day you can come back to 60 again to be sure you can play it perfectly on 60. So you build this per time. You can then move to 80. When you're comfortable on 80, come back to 60. Then move to 70. Then move back to 80. Then you can then move to 90. Come back to 60. Go to 70, go to 80, go to 90. Then go to 100. You need to be sure you can play this on every tempo, every speed. Okay, there's a little stuff I apply when I play most times on stage. And you know, a lot of people get to ask me, how do you do this? Wow, this is crazy. I do this. Some people are like, wow, that's crazy. I tell you the truth, it is very simple. Very simple. I had to change the tone of my voice. So you know, this is one of the simplest things you can ever play on bass guitar. Simple, these are just intervals. Well, you could call them jumps anyway. But it's simple. I'm moving from my first to my third to my third to my third. My first to my third. Then from my third, I take my third as my new first, move to my third. Then from here, I move to another third, let me say on my major scale. So I'm simply playing La, Do, Mi, Sa, Mi, Do, La, Do, Mi, Sa, Mi, Do, La, Do, Mi, Sa, Mi, Do, La. That's all. We get so confused at times when it's on, high speed. That's because I worked on my tempo. I've worked on it on several metronomes. So I could play. Move semi. So that's just it. Please, whenever you rehearse, don't forget to apply these principles. PCS. Precision, control, and speed. Like I said, this principle hasn't just helped my music, but has helped every area of my life. Every single thing you want to learn, you know, definitely you have to know the components or the objects that make that thing work. You have to know how to control those objects. Then you definitely would want to increase your speed gradually. Don't rush anything. Just move on gradually. I hope this video has helped you. I really hope it has helped you. It's just the way I just want to express my gratitude. Most of you that have been following my videos on YouTube, on Facebook, following my audios on Hawkshare and other media platforms. I'm really grateful. Together we're going to live a fulfilled life here on earth. I have a particular desire to be productive, to make positive impact in my generation. I know I wasn't created here to just sit, and that's why God gave me this instrument as a tool to make impact, to help people develop a desire for their own passion. Thank you so much, my friends. I remain Bazzik T, resident here in Ilorin, Kwara State, a solo bassist. I love the bass guitar and I love God with all my heart. Thank you so much. God bless you.